What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 3 of Bible Verse Breakdown. Now, before we get into the episode, know that I am relatively new to Christianity, so if I say something wrong or something that you disagree with, let me know in the comments down below. Now, if you're wondering why am I wearing a button down and a tie, it's because it was my first day at my 9 to 5, and I figured when would be a better time to make a video than right now. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a video, get to the gym. So we're going to start off with the verse of the day, Philippians 4:12, which is spoken by Paul while he's in jail for preaching the word of Jesus. And you would think he has something negative to say considering his situation, but this is what he has to say instead. Philippians 4:12. I've experienced times of need and times of abundance. In any and every circumstance, I've learned the secret of contentment, whether I go satisfied or hungry, have plenty or nothing. Now, this is the key to being content in any circumstance. Paul is saying he's lived a life of security. He's also lived a life of scarcity. He's lived a life of abundance and comfort, and he also has gone through hardships where his basic needs like food, shelter, and water were barely met. And in living out both of these lifestyles, Paul has learned to be satisfied whether or not he has materialistic things. He's learned to be satisfied through God, be fulfilled in his relationship with God rather than things of the world. But this verse is not telling us that as soon as we have a fulfilling relationship with God, life is on easy mode and we can chill out. There's a yin and a yang to this. Take Paul, for example. Paul was fulfilled in his relationship with God, yet he still chose to push forward in spreading the message of Jesus. And that's where this whole concept of being both full and hungry comes into play. We are called to be full and to be grateful for what God has provided us and the peace and the joy that comes along with him. We are also called to be hungry, which is to see God, grow with God, and to move towards that goal he has for us in our lives. So now some of you are probably wondering, okay, how can I be grateful for what I have when it feels like God has provided me with nothing? I feel like he's not there for me, and there are no receipts of him giving me anything. And what I say to that is that God has already provided you with something, you just can't see it. God has provided you with a life, which is the greatest blessing to have. But gratitude doesn't have to be from these grand gestures from God, like giving you a life. It's in these everyday blessings we have. And you might think you have no everyday blessings, but I'm going to list off a few just in case you don't realize it. Number 1 is family. Not everyone has a mom and a dad to help them learn, prosper, and grow throughout life. Now, you may even just have siblings. And your siblings and you may fight all the time, may feel like a war zone 24/7. But I promise you, deep down, there is a unbreakable bond that you guys have. I was scrolling through my phone the other day, and it was a video of me and my brother. And I unprompted pour water on him. I was told it was unprompted, but I think there would have been some more escalation prior to me doing that. But I'm going to show you guys a video to prove that that fighting you guys do may not be such a big of a deal as you think. Number 2 is friends. There are so many people that are so lonely in this world and have no one. They have no community and no one to surround themselves with. Number 3 is having a fully functioning body. You can't play those sports that you love if you don't have a fully built frame. And number 4 is health. You may not realize it, but I promise you, any time that you are sick, all you want is to be better. And I don't mean like just having a cold or something like that where you're kind of glad you're skipping school or whatever, skipping work. But anytime you are really sick, all you want is to get better. Those daily stresses like homework, having to get work done, that final exam you have, it can all be pushed back, no longer is relevant. And even if we lose everything, remember the story of Job. Job was a man who lost and also had everything. He had wealth, health, and family, then lost it all. But even in the lowest of his lows, when he had nothing, he still said, "The Lord has given and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." In his ultimate suffering, he chose gratitude and trust in God's plan rather than his own head knowledge of trying to understand what was going on. And Job's story didn't even end in loss. He was blessed with his health being restored, and then he was also blessed with things he had not previously had. And this just goes to show that in seasons of pain, God is a God of redemption. What may seem like the end could be the beginning of something greater in God's plan for us. The world that we are in is temporary, and what we endure in this world is temporary, but the faith and the character that we build in these moments of triumph are eternally significant. God is creating a better and greater story for us than we can imagine. So the question is, how can we replicate Paul's mindset so that we can learn to be satisfied through God? It begins with trust. Trust that God is with you, whether you're in seasons of scarcity or seasons of abundance. Trust that God is moving in your favor, whether you see it or not. Know that contentment doesn't mean ignoring your problems and acting like they don't exist, but finding peace in the midst of the storm. Learn that your circumstances don't define who you are or your future. I mean, we can even look to Paul as an example. Paul, when he was faced with challenges, he didn't lose all hope. When he was put in jail, he didn't give up. Instead, in the next verse, Philippians 4:13, he says he learns to lean on God. He says this exactly: "I am able to do all things through him who strengthens me." Him is God. God gave him the strength. That same strength that Paul was given is available to you. So learn to press forward and to move forward no matter what, because God has given you the strength to do so, yet you just need to be the one who uses it. God didn't give you it for no reason, but we have free will to decide whether or not we want to do these things on our own or with God. Learn to be grateful for what you have, but also move towards that purpose that God has given you. Contentment in our lives doesn't mean having everything, but through God, we already have enough. All right, that's it for the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're new here, I do a gym edit at the end of each video showing my progress in the gym as I restore my leg back to normal because I just got ACL and meniscus surgery. So if you want to stay for that, thank you so much. And if not, have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
The rhythm's tight, it pulls me in. Beats are rolling, waves they crash and hum. Feel the pulses of summer drum. Roller spinning through the heat tonight. Basslines echo on the neon light. Hearts are racing like a summer breeze. to the rhythm of this bass line. Every step a spark, every move a flame. Summer rollers call my name.